Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports and Stuff. I am your host, the #1 Vikings fan extraordinaire, Adam Boyer. Today, we are going to be giving a late draft grade to the Washington football team. I'll tell you ahead of time, I think it was a pretty good draft, but I will break down some of the players individually and give you my final grade. And before we get started, I do want to apologize. I have a microphone mounted on my phone right here, which I'm using to film the video, because my really good equipment that I've been using for the past couple of videos is, yes, once again gone. So, I hope to get it back again over the weekend, and hopefully I'll be back to producing videos with actual good audio quality again. But anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so we start off with their first pick. Of course, I'm referring to the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Standing 6'3", 234 pounds. I wish they had made a little bit more of a splash, I would say. I was hoping for something big when I was watching the draft, or a live stream of the draft, I should say. But I think it was a good pick because linebacker is kind of a weaker area for us on our defense, and he seems to be a pretty solid player. I don't know that there's anything like super special about him, but he's pretty solid. I watched some limited film. I don't have time to watch a ton. In case you can't tell, this is not what I do all day, just making videos, so I don't have time just to sit around and just watch film. However, I did watch some, looked at some stats. He has, one of the things that stood out to me, I have written down in my notes here, he has good anticipation and reflexes. He knows where that ball is going to be, where the receiver is going to run or try to juke. And he's a pretty effective blitzer as well, and seems to be pretty solid in pass coverage. Now, he wasn't impressive in 2018 or 2019, but in 2020, last year, he really broke out. His total stats for that year: 48 solo tackles, 54 assisted for a total of 102, 3 interceptions, one of which went for a touchdown, and a forced fumble. That was really a breakout year for him, and so I'm just hoping, because that was his junior year, that he can transition over to the NFL well, and that he would produce well on our team. He may not be a starter week 1. We'll have to see what Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio think. Moving on to their second round pick, Samuel Cosmi, the offensive lineman from, I believe it was Texas. Okay, so first of all, let me just say, this guy is big. Standing 6 feet 7 inches tall and weighing 300 pounds. This is a big dude, which is interesting here, because I've noticed that he doesn't seem... I've noticed his effectiveness is against fast, quick edge rushers. I haven't seen too much film on him, like I said, but from what I saw, he's really good against the fast, quick edge rushers, which is interesting because he's a big guy. So I don't know, I do know that he's good in run blocking, and it seems like he'd be able to take on those big interior defensive linemen as well, although he is a, I believe, left tackle, so he shouldn't have to take them on often. But he's very agile, and he's big, too. A great combination of agility and strength. And one thing I noticed is how he just drives people straight into the ground, edge rushers, and doesn't let them get near the quarterback. So I was very happy with this. We got to boost that offensive line. Very happy with this pick. Moving on to first pick in round 3, or our first pick in round 3, the Frenchman from Canada, Benjamin Saint-Just. Did that sound French? No. Oh well. He stands 6'3", 200 pounds, so not a super big guy, a little bit smaller for a cornerback, but height's good. And I noticed he ran a 4.58 in the 40-yard dash, so I mean, a bit slow. I'd like to see more like a 4.5 at the very lowest, but I mean, I don't think it's a bad pick based on that. I have noticed that his pass coverage is kind of leaky. He's more of the guy to come up and run support and blitzes. But I will say, if he hits you, you are most likely not getting away. He slams into people. So I like the fact that he's a hard-hitting cornerback. I would definitely want to see his pass coverage improve, but overall, I don't think it's a terrible pick. See, I've written down here, pro is he's a strong and hard hitter, and he hangs on. He doesn't miss many tackles. His con is that he does have leaky coverage, but hopefully Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera can fix that up. Moving on to probably my favorite pick of the draft, our second pick in round 3, Diami Brown, wide receiver. Standing 6 feet tall, 195 pounds, not a super big guy, but he's more of a slot receiver, but he can run. He ran a 4.45 in the 40-yard dash. Broad jump, 128 inches. Not bad. Listen to these stats, though. 2019 and 2020, he combined for, what is that? That is, I believe, 106 receptions for over 2,000 yards. He had back-to-back 1,000-yard campaigns and 20 touchdowns. So his 2019 stats, first of all, 51 receptions, 1,034 yards, 12 touchdowns, a whopping 20.3 yards per reception average. 2020 stats, 55 receptions, 1,099 yards, 8 touchdowns, and averaging 20 yards exactly per reception. So he's a deep threat receiver, but also a slot receiver. He's not like super fast, but he's fast enough, and he has really good footwork, which he uses to kind of juke out the cornerbacks and get a step on them, and then he's fast enough to outrun them for the deep bombs downfield. And so, while wide receiver was not our number 1 need, I love the pick. I think he will be probably our number 3 receiver. Either he or I think he and Adam Humphries will probably be taking a lot of reps at the number 3 spot. And I'm not going to go over necessarily the rest of the picks in detail, but we have round 4, we picked up a tight end. Round 5, we got a safety. I love those picks, especially the tight end. Round 6, we got a long snapper. I believe his name was Cameron Cheeseman. Love the name. You gotta love that name. But I actually think long snapper was probably a need we had on our team that we really didn't pay attention to. And then round 7, we got 2 defensive ends, hoping they can just groom along. Jack Del Rio can groom them along, and the coaching staff. And then we got 1 more wide receiver. So obviously, anything round 5 and after, you're just kind of hoping you landed a steal. But I love the picks. We filled our positions of need, and it was a pretty good draft overall. I think what positions of need we didn't fill, we got in free agency, such as quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, which I think who will be a very serviceable starter, very good for at least 1 year. I don't think we got any necessary steals, but I like the picks of Sam Cosmi and especially Diami Brown. I think maybe that, if we had a steal, Diami Brown would be it. So, the moment we've all been waiting for, drum roll please, the overall grade for the 2021 draft of the Washington football team, A-. So, I was very pleased with it. I was not super pleased in the picks, like, I didn't love Benjamin St-Juste, however, he could come along. He could very well end up being a good pick. So I was kind of wavering between a B+ and an A-, but I ended up going with an A- because overall, rounds 4 through 7, we filled positions we needed as well, especially like the tight end pick around 4 as well. And then Jamin Davis, Cosmi, Diami Brown, all those I thought were good picks, and St-Juste may end up to be good as well. So, thank you so much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below, tell me if you'd agree with my grade. I think I'm pretty happy with the draft overall. Would have liked to see maybe trade up and get a quarterback, but what my thinking is, personally, maybe next year we can afford to lose some draft capital, use that to trade up, snag an early quarterback. Maybe Fitzmagic will get 1 more year as the starter. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I hope this video was enjoyable. Please subscribe to the channel. It's still very small, but it is growing. And I thank you for all the support. Like the video if you did agree with it. If not, you don't have to. But if you would, comment below and let me know if you agree with the grade. So, thank you so much once again for tuning in. I will see y'all in the next video. This is the Vikings fan, signing off for now.